There we go. This is watch this film. I'm on my way out to see the new Batman with
Hello again. It's been a while.
Mr. Mike Cooper. Yeah, excited to go see this. Batman is always one of them ones that you gravitate towards. I've recently just caught up with all the old ones, all the way back from 1989 and onto Batman Returns and all the other ones. Obviously, you know, did the sensible thing by avoiding the bat nipple versions. So I went straight from 1989 into the 1992 Batman Returns, then onto the Dark Knight series. But yeah, obviously now we're going to go watch The Batman with Mr. Robert Pattinson. It's a completely different Batman again, a new kind of story, new kind of way of telling it, and we're really looking forward to getting there, see just how dark and dangerous it is.
It's going to be awesome. I'm excited.
What are you most looking forward to about this one?
I think it looks like one of those, well, Batman's always been typically a dark film, but this does look very gritty.
Yeah.
So I want to see how dark they can get from the Christian Bale Dark Knight series.
Yeah.
What they're going to be doing differently and what their concept is. So that's what I'm most excited about.
So yeah, there we're going to go. We're going to head off down to the cinema. We're going to the New Light Cinema, which is chewing gum, which is a place I've never been before.
Yeah.
Usually go to the big dogs like Odeon, but we're going to go to a small cinema tonight. Hopefully it won't be too busy, and we'll get to thoroughly enjoy the film. So we'll give you an update once we're done, just how much we enjoyed it. Hopefully there'll be big smiles and all that jazz when we come out. See you on the other side.
It was Alfred, and then we were talking about, Adam Sandler's Zohan, and then we had the Phantom turn up. How weird is that?
That was
about two films with people in the film of Batman.
Well, that was what I giggled at. I was like, you were just talking about.
That was really strange that happened.
So here we are officially out of the cinema after what felt like about 5 hours.
Like the longest film ever. Felt like watching all 3 Lord of the Rings movies all in one go.
Yeah.
It's hard to comment anyway, especially as we're talking like 20 to 11, we have some more, in depth once our brains wake up.
Get into the car and we'll
Yeah.
figure this out. But yeah, there you go. First impression. It was fucking long.
It had some kisses with Batman and Batgirl. It was a bit.
It wasn't Batgirl, it was Catwoman.
Catwoman, sorry. See, this is how tired I am. Catwoman, there's a bit of nostalgia there. Michael Keaton and Michelle Pfeiffer, a little smoochy, which I thought was really bad.
Okay, so let's go. First impressions of the Batman.
Long-winded.
As you said, really long. Really long. And but the biggest problem about that is it felt long.
It felt long.
When you watch a long film and it's constantly entertaining, it doesn't feel long.
No.
But it felt really fucking long, didn't it?
It was like when they done Zack Snyder's, not that I've seen it, Justice League, and they decided to make it, better. But this one felt like the original. That was meant to be a second edition of films that they rewrote, and it's extra scenes. No, it was long to get up to a point of a riddle that, that was a clue for something else, but it could have easily been segmented down, this film, into a much smaller film than the actual large film that it was.
Yeah, I think the film would have benefited of being broken into 2 pieces, because it felt long. It could have done with like getting to that point and going, and you'd be like, oh, well, we need to see what this is going to lead to. There's a few things for me that I need to say to the world of directors and producers and graphic artists. Please stop using CGI, because there are a few elements in this film that really piss me off. And we should be past the point of amateurish CGI. There's a couple of bits with Catwoman that were so blatant CGI, it kind of ruined the moments. Like, you know, when she's first on the scene, one of the first things she does when he witnesses her is get down for some scaffolding. But it's clearly a CGI character. The movement isn't quite right, and it's like, well, if you can't these days do a really good version of that in CGI, get someone who can do the parkour bit, who could really do that and get down. It was evidently not real. And also, one of her fight scenes, there was a couple of little moves she does that was also clearly CGI, and we shouldn't be at this stage now in movies where CGI tries to save everything. If you can't do it in a believable fashion in a real world set film. And then the other thing for me is, if you also can't have people riding motorbikes and follow the laws of physics, don't bother. The CGI just ruined the realness of certain parts of the film.
Any positives? I can only think of like a few smidgens. I did like at the beginning when we started watching the film, there was a lot of rain and it was dark, and it kind of reminded me a little bit of watching The Crow, slightly, a little bits, and then it started to get away from it a little bit.
So this is the problem with like the film is kind of more, it's almost more realistic. Like this Batman character could be real.
Yeah,
he's not gone excessive in like gadgets or over the top vehicles. I like his car. His car's cool. So there's no over the top things on that. So you could just be a normal kind of screwed up in the head guy and be this Batman. He feels a bit more relatable, but on the other side of that, he's also then not believable to me either as Batman. As you know him in the past, he's very very confident and very capable. He doesn't seem quite so capable in this film, which depends how you want to spin that. It makes it that more realistic and more achievable as a human being.
He's wounded a lot. He plays the part of being wounded, and I like that they were trying to go for that angle of that there is a lot of side to him that he says a lot that I don't care that I live, and they play a lot of emu music and indie music to try and get that darkness.
But some after Nirvana
a while, as much as even if you're a fan of Robert Pattinson or you're not, you almost start to get a little bit as the film goes on with his persona that you're getting bored with his character after a while. Whereas at the start you thought, okay, maybe there'd be some more layers. We can find out a little bit more about you and how you got up until that point, but we never actually get to that point or find out a little bit about that.
No, so overall...
Oh, and the baddie.
I can't remember the actor's name. It's Paul something. I'm sure. Again, it just... I think Paulie played, to be honest. I don't think he was believable as sort of as mischievous or whatnot as he could have been. I like Colin Farrell actually as Penguin. He did really good. The costume wise was good. His accent was good, and he played that really well.
Yeah, he played it really well. Yeah.
As I said, we had that bit of moment of laughter having what's his face from.
Oh, the butler.
No.
Oh, Phantom from Don't Mess with the Zohan. That was quite hilarious. That was really, really funny.
Yeah, when he popped up, I was like,
yeah,
it's fucking Phantom.
It is the Phantom.
We were just talking about him.
It was pretty cool.
But yeah, so overall, I'm going to round this thing up. I'd say, would I recommend you watch this film? I think yes. But
I would say no.
Yeah, I'm sort of glad I watched it, but at the same time,
I am in one way.
I'm not about to go and buy it.
It's a lot to, as Chris says, it's one of those things. We've come out of the film. Probably we need to digest, and it's like when you read something good or you watch a good film. You watch something and you're not quite sure, but you need to let your thoughts. You need to just have that time to process what you've just watched. I think that's what we need to do. We need to process a little bit more.
Yeah,
and maybe give you a little bit more. Maybe.
I don't think I'll be watching it again.
No.
But yeah, okay. So I'll give it a watch this film rating of 2.5 stars out of 5.
I agree with Chris, not just because he said that. I wouldn't give it any more than that. 2.5.
No, I was about to say 3. I'm thinking actually
3
that's a bit,
is really pushing it
it's
for
a bit
me.
far.
I don't like giving a film 2.5, but it is. Unfortunately, it's 2.5 for me.
Yeah,
I mean, watch it, make your own opinion. But we've said a lot of things, but I do believe the film is too long for what it is.
This is kind of the colour scheme they went for as well. Everything in it is
Yeah.
brown, black, and gold and yellow, which actually was actually quite a nice sort of colour palette that they chose for it. So I wasn't pissed at that, but yeah. So yeah, 2.5 stars. Maybe watch this film, but as far as Batman movies go, not my favourite, and I won't be rushing out to buy it. So there you go. That is that. Now I'm going to drive home and pick up my kids because it's like 11 o'clock at night. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. Hopefully we'll get to do this a bit more, and we'll see what else we can come up with.
I'm doing it in the car.
If you have any comments, please let us know. Let us know what you thought as well, and yeah, we'll answer any questions you might have. I don't know.
Please, just let us know what you think. It'd be
Just
interesting.
holler at us. Yeah, let us know your opinions as well.
A lot of Batmans have been done now, so let's just see what your take on this is.
So, adios. Yeah, watch this film rating of 2.5 stars.
2.5 stars.
Maybe see it, maybe don't. You make the decision. If you love Batman, watch
Peace
it.
out,
If you
man.
don't. Adios.
Adios.